Welcome to Xbox with Morrpix Episode 6. I'm your host, Morrpix, and this is your place for curated, quality, positive, and enthusiastic Xbox news. This show will release weekly in video form on YouTube.com and Morrpix.com, and in audio form on podcast platforms. If you love Xbox, then this show is for you. We're going to start with the top Xbox stories of the week. Over on Xbox Wire, Wasteland 3, How to Create Friends and Influence People by Jeff Rubenstein. In Wasteland 3, a journey of at least 80 hours begins with a single character select screen. The pre-rolls are safe picks, and there is no harm in choosing from them. Looking at the myriad of traits and abilities, you may not know what these elements are, especially more esoteric stuff like weird science. So even if you think you want to run with a pre-roll duo, it's worth poking around the character creator just to learn more about different attributes, skills, quirks, so you can optimize the characters as they level up. Besides obvious customizables like name, appearance, and voice, Joker is one of the options. The first choice of consequence is to select your character's background from a variety of options such as Grease Monkey, which gives you bonus damage to robots and vehicles, and Explode-a-Maniac, explosive damage bonus plus 15%, less transparent choices like Mannerite, referencing a religious cult from Wasteland 2, granting Kiss Ass plus 1, and Goat Killer, critical plus 5%. The important thing is to peruse the descriptions. They're a fun read. Now you get into the meat of the customization suite, selecting starting weapons from all manner of projectile and melee weapons, attributes, skills, and an optional quirk. I will say for my playthrough that I'm doing, I did start with a pre-roll. The Science Company, the Science Couple, the one chick was Weird Science and the other one was Assault Rifle, so pretty good so far first time. A great example from the pre-roll characters is the father and daughter starter duo, who Jeff played through the backer beta last spring. They balance a nice mix of long range and close range attacks with a head start on stealthy skills. Beyond just battle variety, having characters who specialize in mechanics, leadership, intimidation, such as hard ass, will help open up more ways to resolve conflicts than just shooting. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of that too. Applying that concept to starting weapons, balance this variety with the type of game you like to play. Mix a brawler with a sniper, an explosive expert with a melee character. Just note that weapons have varied action point costs. At the outset, a sniper is only going to get off one shot per turn with very little mobility. Meanwhile, a small arms specialist will be flitting around the field to flank entrenched enemies, liberally utilizing items or even getting a few shots off in a single turn. Either way, know that you'll have a chance to experiment with a wide range of armaments relatively early on in the game, so you don't need to spend an hour deliberating. Once you selected the starting weapon, build appropriate attributes around it. While we'd love to all be strong, awareness is a more important trait if you selected sniper rifle as your starting weapon. Note that even decidedly undangerous sounding attributes such as charisma are valuable, increasing your strike abilities, which are chargeable super attacks, as well as allowing you to gain more experience in battle. Next, you'll allocate points into skills where things can get a bit overwhelming. That's okay. You know that you only have 4 points to spend here, and you're probably never going to max them all out, so focus on 3 or 4 skills per character that are likely to meet your play and personality style. Generally, the only good time to overlap is with first aid, or if you really want multiple characters to specialize in the same weapon type. And do not forget social skills. Even level 1 skills have value early on. As far as things like toaster repair, know that everything has value eventually. Finally, you can choose a quirk. These are optional but super interesting. Think of it as a step forward, step back. A good example is Sadomasochist. You deal 33% more melee and range damage, but also receive 33% more damage for that glass cannon feel. Unlike skills and attributes, once you choose a quirk, you're stuck with it. Of these Faustian bargains, Waste Roamer seems the best deal, granting 100% resistance to a wide variety of nasty conditions at the expense of 15% less experience, especially when paired with the Bookworm background, which nullifies a third of that penalty. Or for pure entertainment value, consider selecting Mime. Their character will behave like a mime, including pantomiming all their weapons for the whole game. Wasteland 3 is available for Xbox One, Windows 10, and Steam, including Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. So I've been playing Wasteland 3 for my Let's Plays, and I will say that I am having a good time playing the game, having a fun time. And I played on Friday night. No, that's a lie. I did play Friday night, and then since then I've just been wanting to jump back in, which I will be jumping back in to do more episodes of Wasteland 3 for more big plays. But yeah, if you have Game Pass on PC or console, definitely check it out. You know, I mean, it's included with your membership. Game Pass for the win. Play Gamecom's Best Xbox Game of 2020. Tell Me Why Chapter 1, available now with Xbox Game Pass. This is over on Xbox Wire by Livy Hall, Community Manager for Xbox Game Studios. Tell Me Why was named Gamecom's Best Microsoft Xbox Game of 2020. Jump into the first chapter of this award-winning 3-part series from Don't Nod Entertainment and Xbox Game Studios, available now with Xbox Game Pass on Xbox One and on PC for Windows 10 and Steam. Tell Me Why tells the story of Allison and Tyler Ronan, twins who have reunited for the first time in a decade after the death of their mother. Tell Me Why is an intimate mystery where you will play as both Tyler and Allison as they explore the mysteries of their joyful but troubled childhood in beautiful small town Alaska. Throughout their time with Tell Me Why, players will experience gameplay that's anchored around Bond, a unique link between Allison and Tyler that allows them to recall memories from their past. Some of these memories play a vital role in the eventual outcome of Tell Me Why, depending on how players choose to proceed with the narrative. The experience doesn't end today. Tell Me Why 3 chapters will release on a weekly cadence, with Chapter 2 landing on September 3rd and Chapter 3 on the conclusion, following up on September 10th. Chapter 1 of Tell Me Why is available now for purchase on Xbox One and on PC for Windows 10 and Steam. The game is also available on Xbox Game Pass for both console and PC. That's pretty cool that it won the best Xbox game for Gamescom. I do like the story so far. I am playing that also over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Morrpix, MORRPIX. Episode 1 is up now. Episode 2 will be going up in a couple of days. And I do like the bond mechanic where they actually do recall things. I haven't got to a point where I had to make a choice on who's right about the situation, but once I get there, that'll be cool to see how that affects the story by who I side with and who I say's memory is right. So, but Tell Me Why, Chapter 1 available now on Game Pass. Grounded's first content update gives players The Bird by Mikey Dowling, Director of Communications, Obsidian Entertainment. This is over on Xbox Wire. With this update, we are introducing a new way to enhance your character, more options to decorate your base, and a new piece of armor, new quest types from Burgle, and a new visitor to the backyard. First up are player perks. While exploring the backyard, you can unlock perks which cause small mutations to your character. With these mutations, you can cut grass faster, increase health, improve defenses, and more. Players can have up to 3 mutations equipped at any time, and we plan to introduce more over the course of game preview. That'll be pretty cool playing it with perks, and because I know there was some perks to the armor, but now I guess this is just general character perks, so that'll be cool to add those along with the armor perks. For builders, we have added fences, tables, and a new resting spot. The sprig fence and the acorn picket fence will both add a nice decorative touch to the outside of your home, while the grass table and clover table will help bring the interior together. If you want a more comfortable night of sleep, you are now able to make a bed. Crafting a bed requires a new ingredient that can be found from a new visitor in the backyard, the bird. If you are looking to spice up your outfit in bow attacks, a new marksman cap can be crafted from the feathers of the bird. The biggest creature in the backyard has arrived. How will you play into this adventure, or how will this play into this adventure in the backyard? Find out in the future updates for Grounded. Grounded is available now for Xbox Game Preview, Game Pass, Windows 10 Store, and Steam Early Access for $29.99. If you have Game Pass on PC or console, jump in. It's included. Game Pass for the win. And like I said, me and my kids, we did play Grounded when it first came out. We finished all the story content that was in there at the time, and we had fun playing it. We were talking about it the other day, so we're going to jump back in and play some more of it. But if you have Game Pass, give it a shot. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition launching October 15th. Pre-order now by Adam Isgreen, Creative Director at World's Edge. This is over on Xbox Wire. Tonight at Gamescom, opening live, our team was excited to reveal the trailer for Age 3 Definitive Edition, kick off pre-orders, and announce that the game will launch on October 15th. For Age 3 Definitive Edition, players can expect 4K graphics, yes sir, rebuilt 3D assets, modernized UI, cross-play multiplayer, and fully enhanced soundtrack and audio. Beyond all previously released content, Age 3 DE features 2 new game modes and 2 new civilizations exclusive to the Definitive Edition. For game modes, we've added a series of historical battles set within the time period the game covers, as well as fan-favorite Art of War challenges, added after the overwhelmingly positive community feedback from their initial appearance in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. These challenges are specifically tailored to not only teach you the ins and outs of real-time strategy games, but the unique nuances of Age 3's gameplay and meta that evolved over years of play. When it comes to civilizations, Age 3 and its expansions featured 14 civilizations from across Europe, the Americas, and Asia. And we're adding 2 new ones to the mix in the DE, the Swedes and the Incas. The Swedes are a brand new addition to the franchise and cover one of history's most unlikely great powers, a small European nation which eclipsed all military convention and became a powerhouse on the European battlefields thanks to their innovative military tactics. The Incas are a more traditional Age of Empires civilization covering one of the largest empires in South America, where they constructed mighty stone cities, citadels, and palaces. Whether you're more of a city builder or aiming for military domination, we think all players will have a lot of fun exploring each one's unique playstyles. Pre-orders are available now through Steam and Microsoft Store, and you can pre-install on Xbox Game Pass or PC. Age of Empires 3 Complete Collection on Steam can pre-order by the Definitive Edition with a 25% discount, reducing the price of $14.99 USD. Xbox Game Pass for PC and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members will receive the same discount on the Microsoft Store. Already own Age of Empires Definitive Edition and Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition on Steam? Complete your collection with the same 25% discount. We're also proud to introduce Age of Empires Definitive Collection, a bundle of all 3 definitive editions at a $60 value for the stellar price of $44.99 USD. You can also play the first 2 Age of Empires Definitive Editions right now through Xbox Game Pass or PC, and Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition will join the roster on October 15th. Age of Empires is one of those games that reminds me a lot of Civilization, although it's a different stylized version of the strategy game, but it's something I definitely have to join in. I have to give a shot and try out now that I have a PC that I can run it on. So yeah, Age of Empires 3 is coming October 15th. And in our last story of the week over on Xbox Wire, Xbox One and Xbox Series X user experience gets a fresh look and streamlined experience by Jonathan Hildebrandt, Principal Program Manager of Xbox Experiences. It starts with the improved landing page. The new guide landing page is designed to be clear and easier to read at a glance. The layout makes it easier to navigate between the most recent things you were doing, the dashboard, and My Games and Apps. For those of you who want to customize the guide, you'll have the option to change the order of the tabs that show up. We've also added buttons to the bottom of the page for important utilities like notification, search, and audio settings, making it easier to access them from wherever you are. You can connect with your friends. Speaking of notifications, the August update includes a new notification inbox easily accessed by clicking the notification bell on the bottom of the guide. This inbox combines all your alerts, game invites, and messages into a single feed. Best of all, the inbox includes notifications from across all Xbox apps, including the new Xbox mobile app that will introduce into the beta soon. Acting on the notification in one place clears it everywhere, meaning you'll always be up to date. Parties and chats are made easier. In June, parties and chats were combined into a single tab, making it easier to communicate with your friends and fellow gamers. We've continued to improve this experience and make it more useful with the addition of preview of the text in the new message. We've also added a frequently requested feature, individual volume controls for each party member. So if you're playing with someone who's always super loud and screaming, turn them down or mute. Sign in on multiple devices. Now this is the one I'm super excited about. You'll be able to sign in on as many Xboxes or Xbox apps as you want, all at the same time now. Now you can use your Xbox console as much as you want from other watching. What? Now you can use your Xbox console as much as you want for other watching movies, using apps, chatting with friends, and more. That was not written well. So you can use your Xbox while others are watching movies, using apps, for chatting with your friends, and more. When it comes to games, you'll be able to play on one device at a time, so all your progress, achievements, and saves stay up to date and synced whichever device you choose to play on. So basically, in this one, so if I have 2 Xboxes, I could be on Netflix while someone else is playing a game, and vice versa, but we can't play at the same time. So that's a nice update, because I know, like, as soon as you sign on to a second Xbox, now it just signs you out of the other one. So if that was the situation, that would lead to somebody being really mad if they were in the middle of a fight in Call of Duty or Fortnite, or about to score epic goal in Rocket League or something. So it's nice to see that they're putting this update in there. But yeah, they just continue to improve it, and on and on and on. And now on the other top stories of the week. Over on Xbox Wire, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War launches November 13th by James Matone, lead writer for Activision Editorial. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the direct sequel to the original legendary Call of Duty Black Ops, launches worldwide on Friday, November 13th for Xbox One, and is also scheduled for release on Xbox Series X in late 2020. So it's interesting, they're basically saying, Black Ops 2 through 4, don't even worry about those for this. Just this takes place right after the first one. That was pretty cool. It's a way to reboot the series, and it looks like it's taken in an interesting direction. Following the events of Black Ops, players will find themselves in 1981 when the Cold War is heating up. Tensions are at an all-time high, conspiracies are rampant, and a terrorist plot looms large. Familiar faces Alex Mason, Frank Woods, and Jason Hudson return with new allies to stop the impending global disaster. In this blockbuster single-player campaign, players will be armed with cutting-edge 80s weaponry and work to unravel an explosive and mind-bending conspiracy. I definitely like the setting, I definitely like the music, I like the vibe and the graphics. Ooh, the graphics. A connected experience primed for the Xbox Series X. Black Ops Cold War will be a cross-generation, cross-platform, and cross-progression experience. Currently owned an Xbox One, your profile, progression, stats, and all your items from the game's current generation experience will all carry over to the Xbox Series X when you choose to upgrade. Black Ops Cold War will continue to extend Call of Duty Warzone, the blockbuster free-to-play, free-for-everyone Battle Royale experience. Black Ops Cold War features a new progression journey that is shared with Warzone, adding inventory items that can be used in both titles. Plus, Warzone players will still have access to Modern Warfare content like operators and weapon blueprints. More information on Black Ops Cold War and Warzone will be announced at a later date. So that's pretty cool that they're just going to keep Warzone going instead of trying to do different Battle Royales for each game. It's smart, it's basically one franchise. You don't need different Battle Royales done by different people. If you go digital, you get immediate rewards and more. Pre-orders for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, that's a long title, are live now on the Microsoft Store. For digital options, players can choose from the standard, cross-gen, or ultimate edition. We'll get into that. All digital editions include the Confrontations weapon pack. The pack features a 5-attachment legendary assault rifle blueprint for Black Ops Cold War. Pre-order digitally for early access to the open beta and Sergeant Woods Operator Bundle, so you get to play Woods in Modern Warfare with. The bundle includes Black Ops SOG Operative Frank Woods, a weapon blueprint, quip, and finishing move that is available for immediate use in Modern Warfare and Warzone. Details on each standard edition are as follows. Please listen carefully. Digital Standard Edition is $59.99 USD. That includes the game on Xbox One. Players can upgrade to the Cross-Gen Edition, which includes Xbox Series X version of the game after launch for an additional $10. Note, the Digital Standard Edition is playable on Xbox Series X via backward compatibility, but will not include any next-gen features. So, if you just want the game back compat, you can pay $59.99 for it and pay $10 later. Or you can just get the next bundle, which is the Digital Cross-Gen Edition for $69.99 USD. It includes both the Xbox One and Xbox Series X versions of the game through a dual license tied to your Xbox account. Now, the thing about this is the way it's written, it just sounds like you're paying the $69.99 just for the Xbox Series X version of it, but you're actually getting 4 extra content packs with that purchase. Now, on the face of it, if it's just the $6.99 just for the Xbox Series X version, I don't know if I get that. But for the fact that when you look deeper into it, you get content packs, then that makes it easier to swallow the extra 10 because I'm also getting things for that. That being said, that brings up NBA 2K21, because after I read that and realized that, you go to NBA 2K21, and then you see that they are also giving a whole bunch of VC and a whole bunch of bonus things for my team and my career boost and yada 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 for the extra 10. Now, on the surface, if it's just for the Xbox Series X version and it's more, I wouldn't do that. But if they're giving me extras that I'm going to utilize, then I can justify paying the 10 for it. But I still prefer the free to upgrade models like Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs Legions, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Madden, FIFA are all doing. But players can also pre-order the standard physical editions for Xbox One and Xbox Series X at participating retailers. Physical standard Xbox One editions for $59.99 include the game on Xbox One. Players will not have the ability to upgrade the physical standard edition Xbox One's additions to the Xbox Series X experience. So if you plan at all on upgrading for the 10 later and you're just getting the standard edition, get it digitally. If you get it physically, you're going to have to pay $69.99 to get either the physical standard one or the digital, or the physical Xbox Series X version or the digital Xbox Series X version later. Sorry, there's a lot of details in this. However, if you get the physical standard Xbox Series X edition for $69.99, that includes the Xbox Series X version of the game and an Xbox One copy of the game. So, yeah, just you're going to have to know if you're going to get a Series X soon or if the Series X version is worth it to you out the jump, because you don't want to be screwed later on if you're still getting physical editions. Physical pre-orders don't include any pre-order bonuses as far as like the early access open beta and the Frank Woods operator, or digital bonus content like the Confrontation Weapons pack that comes with the digital pre-order. So if you want the bonuses, you got to get it digitally also. But pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War from the Microsoft Store, launching globally on November 13th on Xbox One in late 2020 on Xbox Series X. I will say this game looks amazing. This is the first game that made me want to pay the extra money because I also get other content with it, and it just looks amazing. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check out the trailer. It's crazy good. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War launching November 13th. On to the next story. Over on Xbox Wire, Little Hope, the next game in the Dark Pictures Anthology and its branching narrative by Dan McDonald, series producer of the Dark Pictures Anthology. All the games in the Dark Pictures Anthology are designed with multiplayer in mind, so every game will have a solo story, a shared story where two friends can play together online, and movie night where up to 5 players can play couch co-op and take it in turns with different characters. What makes the Dark Pictures games really unique is how the choices you make determine how the story unfolds and also determines how the story ends. All of the Dark Pictures games have multiple branching paths and are designed with replayability in mind, both in single and multiplayer modes. I know they did a curator's cut for Man of Medan that I still have to go back and finish, but yeah, it does definitely change things. It lets you play with different people in different situations than you played in the original standard game. And then as far as the movie night mode, I need to do that with my kids and my wife and get them to play that because they're all chickens. I'm a chicken too, but at least I play the game. I beat it. In shared story mode, you and a friend play together, sharing the same story, and it is just that. As players, sometimes you are together, sometimes apart, and sometimes in different locations completely. But the choices both of you make determine how your story unfolds. The great thing about shared story is that this gives you a totally different perspective on the game, which is different to that of solo story. In solo story, you're alone. In solo story, you alone are making all the decisions, whereas in shared story, you are adding in another human element to the game. Not all choices are now your own, and what your playing partner will decide to do is up to them. But their choice still has a bearing on the same story. The moral dilemmas will often be tied into a life and death scenario. Often it isn't about a good or bad choice, but which is the least worst choice. Digital pre-orders are now live for its release on October 30th. When I first seen the trailer for this, I was like, I don't know if I'm playing this, but the more I keep thinking about Little Hope, and the fact that I've seen Until Dawn, I've played Until Dawn, and I beat Man of Medan, I might jump into this. And I'm listening to a podcast called Unobscured by Aaron Mankey, all about the Salem witch trials. So I kind of have more knowledge about this backstory than you would think that I would have, but I don't know. I think I'm leaning toward actually getting this and doing this, a Let's Play around Halloween time. Oh, yay, fun times for me. Ugh. Well, we'll see. If I decide to do it, I'll let you guys know. In our next story over on Xbox Wire, Star-Studded Cast announced for Xbox console launch exclusive 12 Minutes by Will Tuttle, editor-in-chief Xbox Wire. While nameless throughout the experience, the ensemble comprising 12 minutes features Golden Globe nominees James McAvoy from It Chapter 2, Split, X-Men as the Man, and Daisy Ridley from Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, and Force Awakens. Murder on the Orient Express as the woman, and four-time Academy Award nominee Willem Dafoe from The Lighthouse, At Eternity's Gate, The Florida Project, and Spider-Man as Green Goblin as the intruder. 12 Minutes blends the genres of film and games within an interactive thriller. And these extraordinary actors are perfect for bringing the nuanced and complex characters into the world, said Luis Antonio, director and creator of 12 Minutes. This is one of my most highly anticipated games coming to Xbox. I'm happy to see that it's a console launch exclusive, so we'll have it before any PlayStation has it. I just need to know more about it. I need to know when it's coming out, how much it's going to cost. Is this going to have any DLC later? But everything that I've seen so far from it, like, I'm totally in on it. Like, I know you're caught in a loop of 12 minutes. I don't know if it's the same 12 minutes or 12 minutes throughout the day that can change things or whatever. But yeah, I'm all in on 12 minutes. Just give it to me. Just feed it in my veins. And I think this is coming to Game Pass also. So Game Pass for one. And in our last story for top news of the week, over on Xbox Wire, Drake Hollow is available now for Xbox One and Xbox Game Pass by Kendra Matosi, senior producer at The Molasses Flood. Starting today, you can travel to the Hollow and begin your adventure on Xbox One. Drake Hollow is an action village building game. You can play either solo or with friends, and it all takes place in the world of the Hollow, a blighted mirror of our own world. You quickly realize why you find yourself there. You'll have to play to find out. I'm not going to say anything in the article, obviously. And that the local vegetable folk, the drakes, need your help. Think of them as lovable plant goblins. Protect the drakes while exploring the poisonous, aether-swept landscape of islands for supplies to craft, build, and defend your camp. Defending is key. Hordes of feral beasts, real nasties, are out to attack the village of drakes, and also you. Utilize a unique spread of weapons, from tennis rackets to weed sprayers to good old chair legs. Chair legs, though. Have you seen these monsters? I'm not hating these things with chair legs. That means they're too close. Anyway, be prepared for surprise attacks and ambushes while out exploring for essentials, and keep your eyes peeled for other hidden surprises. Who knows what or who you will run into? Mysteries and rewards, as well as all the danger we talked about, await those curious enough to search every nook and cranny of the Hollow. The drakes are hungry, thirsty, and need a place to sleep. You can also quite literally die of boredom. Explore the wilderness, set up valuable supply networks to send essentials back to camp, or rail grind on whatever you're into. All while keeping the drakes entertained and happy. Think bouncing yoga balls and puppet shows, continue the fight, and eventually you'll unravel a peculiar and ancient connection between what lies in the Hollow and our own world back home. The Molasses Floods Drake Hollow is now available on Xbox One for digital purchase or through Xbox Game Pass. Coming soon to Windows 10 and Steam. So yeah, I installed that, and I'm looking forward to jumping into that. It kind of reminds me of, what's a good description of this? It kind of reminds me of Minecraft in a way, mixed with farming game with 4-player co-op. It's like Grounded meets Minecraft meets the Mandrakes from Harry Potter. Here we go. Perfect description. But yeah, I'm going to jump into this and play this with my kids soon. So yeah. Okay, so I lied. I said the last story was the last story. It was not. This is. Over on Xbox Wire, pre-order Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning now for a limited time bonus opportunities by Reinhard Police, producer at THQ Nordic. The hit RPG, best known for its never-before-seen depth of customization and intense combat, is back with exclusive pre-order opportunities on Xbox One. Kingdoms of Amalur is the brainchild of best-selling author R.A. Salvatore, Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, and Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion lead designer Ken Rolston. Its original release in 2012 captivated gamers and was soon followed by multiple DLC expansions. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning delivers the original game plus all the existing DLCs in one package. For Xbox One players who take advantage of the exclusive Fate Edition pre-order opportunity, all of this content is available at a 10% discount with 24-hour early access and the brand new Kingdoms extension, 5 hours of story-rich content slated for release in early 2021. It was in October 2020, if I believe so I guess they delayed it because of COVID. So, exploring the sprawling game world that is Amalur on Xbox One with native 4K support is a true feast for the eyes. From the vibrant city of Rathair to the vast region of Delentar, To the grim dungeons of Brigand Hall Caverns, players must rescue a world torn apart by a vicious war and control the keys to mortality as the first warrior resurrected from the grips of death. Political intrigue, romance, sinister magic, and even whimsy all await in this rich story that takes players on countless side quests as they battle their way through Amalur. As in the original game, Re-Reckoning's revolutionary destiny system allows players to continuously evolve their character's class to their preferred gameplay style. Intense customizable RPG combat allows you to choose from millions of combinations of skills, abilities, weapons, and pieces of armor. Magic and melee can seamlessly be integrated into attacks as you take on scores of enemies, finishing them off with brutal fate shift skills. It's time to prepare for a Re-Reckoning in Amalur. Pre-order Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning or Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning Fate Edition today. This is a game that I actually did buy like real cheap on sale on 360, and I never got deep into it. One of the people I watch over on Outside Extra, Ellen, I know she loves Kingdoms of Amalur, so I know she's excited for this. And I'm actually excited to jump back in with this edition with the 4K and upgrades and all the DLC and all that. So I actually will be let's playing this over on my channel in about 2 weeks. So Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Now it's on to what's available now. We're going to start with Madden NFL 21, which is $54 USD for EA Play members. It is Xbox One X Enhanced, single player, multiplayer, co-op, shared split screen, and 4K and HDR. The new generation is leaving its mark on the NFL. Will you rise to the occasion, change the game, and take control of your own legacy? Madden NFL 21 delivers new features and modes including Face of the franchise, rise to fame and become immortalized in Madden NFL 21 and transcend NFL history and shape your own path to greatness. I'm sorry I said rise to fame twice there. Take control, master innovative running enhancements and live playbooks to run up the score in Madden NFL 21. X Factor 2.0. New X Factor abilities fresh out the lab are designed to elevate the stars of a new generation in Madden NFL 21. Entitled Madden NFL 21 for Xbox One before the release of Madden NFL 22 and upgrade to Madden NFL 21 Xbox Series X at no additional cost. As it should be. No additional cost. I already bought it. Why am I paying you more for the same game? Different system, same game. Anyway, I'm having fun with Madden NFL. I just finished my preseason yesterday. I'm about to start my regular season with my Pittsburgh Steelers. I was able to get Larry Fitzgerald, who got cut by the Cardinals, and Adrian Peterson, who got cut by the Redskins, as backups to James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster. That's a steal. That is a steal. I'll take it. And I also got Antoine Bethea as a backup to Mika Fitzpatrick. So my backups at those positions are crazy good. But yeah, Madden NFL 21 available now. Also available, Windbound for $30 USD. Windbound is a single-player game. You are shipwrecked on an uncharted island. Explore, adapt, and navigate the land and seas to stay alive. You are a warrior, caught at sea and tossed onto the shores of a mysterious paradise. With no boat, food, or tools, just the will to survive, craft tools and weapons to hunt and defend yourself against nature itself. Explore and secrets of the past are revealed. Unravel the mystery and find your way home. Windbound is available for $30. I bought this. I will be doing episodes of this over on youtube.com/Morrpix. This gives me all the best Zelda vibes, and personally I think Zelda is the best thing that Nintendo has. Zelda would be the only thing that would get me to get a Nintendo personally. But that's not enough for me to jump into Nintendo. But since I don't have a Nintendo, this is the next best thing for me. At least that's what it looks like. So hopefully it lives up to my hopes for this game. But it looks like Breath of the Wild in all the best ways. But Windbound is now available for $30. Now available, The Last Campfire is available for $14.99 USD. It is a single-player game and it is in 4K Ultra HD. Discover a purpose in The Last Campfire. It's an adventure, the story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. On a journey to travel deeper into the lands beyond the dark forest and overcome the adversities before you. Discover beautiful wilderness filled with lost folk, strange creatures, and mysterious ruins. Find hope and carry it with you on your journey to light the last campfire. This is made by the same people who make No Man's Sky over at Hello Games. It was made by 3 people, and I guess like that's how it started or whatever. And now it's available and it looks really interesting. I thought this was coming to Game Pass, but apparently it's not coming to Game Pass. But $14.99 isn't bad if you want to spend it on that. I have so many other games to play right now that I'm not going to jump in yet, but I am interested and figured I'd include it because it looks very, very different. But Last Campfire is available for $14.99. Also available now is Project Cars 3. Project Cars 3, you can play single player or online multiplayer up to 20 players. In Project Cars 3, you own your own journey. It's 200 plus elite brand race and road cars, 120 plus global tracks, a wide set of race convention and conversion kits, race to earn credits and XP, buy and own hundreds of cars, upgraded cars with realistic performance parts, customize your car liveries with racing and community-inspired elements, personalize your drivers, feel each moment, fully scalable assists for all skill levels, convincing and fun handling, 24-hour cycle, dynamic all seasons, all-weather racing, unrivaled controller experience, visceral sense of speed, intense crash effects and car contact, enhanced AI makes you earn every win, new and deeply engaging career mode, battle your way up from weekend warrior to racing legend, new and compelling multiplayer and community modes, and a fun and exciting daily challenge system. Project Cars looks interesting, and I've got Project Cars 1 and 2. I think I have both for free actually on Games with Gold. I haven't jumped into them. I know that I think they do their cars in 8K and scaled down or whatever, so the cars are highly detailed. And I was thinking about jumping in with Project Cars 3 and going back and trying the other ones. I haven't done that, but if you're looking for a racing game this year, since there is no Forza Horizon or Motorsport this year, Project Cars 3 could be an option. Me personally, I'm going to jump into Dirt 5 because I know it's going to have the free upgrade on Xbox Series X, so that's where my racing is going to be this year, is Dirt 5. But Project Cars 3 is available now. Alright, coming soon is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. It will release September 3rd at 9 p.m. The game is available for $39.99 USD. Drop back in with the most iconic skateboarding games ever made. Play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in one epic collection, rebuilt from the ground up in incredible HD. All the Pro Skaters levels and tricks are back and fully remastered, plus more. I never played the first two. This would be a good time to jump back into these games. So I might have to pick that up for myself. But yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 are available September 3rd, 9 p.m. for $39.99. Now available to pre-order, we have Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition is now available for digital pre-order on Windows 10. You may pre-download this game, but will not be playable until release time at October 15th, 2020 at 6 a.m. This is included with Xbox Game Pass for PC. Xbox Game Pass members can pre-install the game now. Also, we have the Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope is available for digital pre-order and pre-download on Xbox One. The game is available for $29.99 USD. You may pre-download this game but will not be playable until release of October 29th, 2019 at 9 p.m. I'm excited for this now. I think I'm actually going to get it. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is now available for digital pre-order and pre-download on Xbox One. Remember, this is $60 for the standard version, which is playable on Series X, with $70 if you want the Series X enhancements in the 4 content packs. You may pre-download this game, but it will not be playable until release date of November 12th, 2020 at 9 p.m. And also, Hitman 3 is now available for digital pre-order and pre-download on Xbox One. Death Awaits. Agent 47 returns in Hitman 3, the dramatic conclusion to the World of Assassination trilogy. Pre-order to get the following digital content. Trinity Pack game leverages smart delivery. The Trinity Pack. The game leverages smart delivery, allowing access to both Xbox One title and Xbox Series X title when available. You may pre-download this game, but it will not be playable until the release date and time of January 20th, 2021 at 5 a.m. So yeah, Hitman 3. I'm actually jumped into Hitman, the re-release, the relaunch, the recent Hitman one. And yeah, I'm about 5 hours in. I'm liking it. You know, it gets very, very tense. If you ever played Arkham Knight or Arkham City or Arkham Asylum, I don't know why I went backwards, but if you play any of the Arkham series is a little tense for me also, but I don't know, it's tense in a good way. It makes you think, it makes you evaluate, it makes you plan. So yeah, Hitman 3 is now available for digital pre-order and download, and that is it for the new pre-orders. And now it's time for Xbox Game Pass additions and subtractions. We're going to start with Wasteland 3, which was developed by NX Entertainment, Xbox Game Studio. You can play on Xbox One or Windows 10 PC. Single-player online co-op for up to 2 players. 4K and HDR is available via Game Pass for console and PC. Talked about it earlier, so I'm not going to go too much further into that. Also, Tell Me Why Chapter 1 is available now on Game Pass. All 3 chapters can be purchased for $29.99 USD if you're not a Game Pass member. This was developed by Don't Not Entertainment, but it was published by Xbox Game Studios, making it a second-party exclusive. You can play on Xbox One and Windows 10 via Xbox Play Anywhere. It is Xbox One X Enhanced. It is a single-player game available via Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. Also talked about this earlier, so I'm not going to delve too deep into that. And then also added was Drake Hollow, which is available for $29.99 USD if you are not a Game Pass member. It's Xbox One X Enhanced, single-player, online co-op, and multiplayer for up to 4 players and 4K. We also talked about this earlier, so I'm not going to delve too much into it. But yeah, that's 3 solid games coming to Game Pass this week. 2 Xbox exclusives, one Xbox Game Studio game, another Xbox Game Studio published game that's a second-party exclusive, and then a console launch exclusive in Drake Hollow. So yeah, that's a good week for Game Pass, a good week for Xbox. I'm available to pre-install right now as Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, like we talked about earlier, available October 15th. And then also Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Perks. Gears 5, you can elevate your Gears 5 experience with free perks starter pack. Suit up with the collector's Winter Armor Marcus and Neon Wave weapon skin sets. Advance faster with 15 days of boost and unlock items with a stack of 2,000 Gears coins. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this is probably the best game perks that they've put out besides the Sea of Thieves, like Ori, Ship Chat, and stuff like that. And they're apparently trying to step their game up also, because also what they did was for Overcooked 2 was you can get your sunglasses on, gather your chef squad, and fire up the barbecue. It's time to go to the beach with the Surf and Turf DLC. More recipes, more chefs, more kitchens. You'll be having a whale of a time as you cook up kebab skewers and smoothies with our new friends, the ever so exotic Parrot Chef and the Fiery Island Chef. Go head-to-head in 2 scorching versus levels, or combat the hungry masses as a team in one of the 12 new succulent story levels, using your trusty water pistol to clean dishes for maximum cooperation, or against each other for maximum chaos, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, they gave out a whole DLC for Overcooked 2, which Overcooked 2 is a great game. Have that DLC, you play that DLC, that's fun. But to see that they're now giving out DLC like that just gives me hopeful for what they're going to give out in the future. But yeah, those are your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Perks. Now it's time to talk about games with gold. Still available today, which is August 31st, is Portal Knights on Xbox One. Over at Mech City Brawl is available until September 15th on Xbox One. And Raid Faction 2 is available until today, August 31st on Xbox One via backwards compatibility and Xbox 360. Now it's time to talk about the new games with gold for September 2020. This was written over on Xbox Wire by Dean Shimabukuro, Senior Marketing Program Manager at Xbox. September's games with gold are here. On Xbox One, protect New York City in the online tactical shooter Tom Clancy's The Division and take part of the engaging point-and-click adventure The Book of Unwritten Rules 2. On Xbox 360 and Xbox One via backward compatibility, make the world a more beautiful or more colorful place in The Blob 2 and get ready for tongue-in-cheek humor and violence in third-person shooter Armed and Dangerous. We're going to start with Tom Clancy's Division, which is, sale right now for $29.99. It's available September 1st through the 30th on Xbox One. Take back New York City after it's fallen into chaos. This online shooter is a groundbreaking experience combining robust RPG, customization, and tactical action combat. Play a massive co-op campaign, take on other agents, and earn cutting-edge gear as you fulfill your objective. Protect what remains and restore hope. The Division is a great game to come to games with gold. So if you haven't jumped into the Division yet, definitely jump into this with games with gold. It's definitely worth it. Division 1 and Division 2, me and Power Tax Relief, we played through all of Division 1, most of Division 2. We have to finish that. Too many games, too much time. And then moving on to the Book of Unwritten Tales 2, which sells for $19.99. Available September 16th through October 15th on Xbox One. The legends have foretold it and prophecies predicted it. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2 is available in September's Games with Gold lineup. The continuation of the point-and-click adventure saga hilariously spoofs some of the world's most beloved and famous fantasy stories ever written, with over 20 hours of story. Help the quirky cast of characters fulfill their destiny in a tricky world of Avantasia. This one looks interesting. I'm going to jump in and give that one a shot. Moving on to The Blob 2, $19.99. Available September 1st through 15th on Xbox One and Xbox 360, set off an action-packed, colorful adventure. The Inkies are back with a new plot to rid the world of color, and it's up to Blob to stop them. Featuring a unique painting functionality as the main game mechanic, this platformer showcases 12 new single-player levels, multiplayer support, and epic boss battles. This one looks interesting. Check this one out. And then Armed and Dangerous sells for $9.99, available September 16th through the 30th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. Capture victory in 12,000 bullets or less in this classic Xbox title for the original Xbox. Meet the Lionhearts, a smack-talking band of rebels on an impossible mission to save the world. That is, if they don't burn it down first. With a witty story that parodies popular media, wield outlandish weapons, and shoot your way through 21 action-packed levels. So yeah, those are your games with goal for September. The Division, an excellent game. Book of Unwritten Tales 2, interesting game. The Blob 2, interesting game. Armed and Dangerous, I honestly don't know anything about this game, but I'll check out a trailer or something and see what it do. Now it's on to This Week in Xbox History. This Week in Xbox History, we're going to start with Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is made by Don't Not Entertainment, who made Tell Me Why, which was published by Xbox Game Studios. Life is Strange Before the Storm was the prequel to Life is Strange 1 and released on August 31st, 2017. So it's 3 years old now. Can't believe that. Mad Max released on September 1st, 2015, so 5 years ago. That game has got good reviews, and I need to jump into it. People really liked that game that played it. I think it was more like a cult hit type thing. And then what was more than a cult hit type thing was Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain came out September 1st, 2015, so that game is 5 years old. I am 1 hour into it. I gotta get further into it, but that 1 hour was crazy. Also, on September 2nd, 2008, Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise by Rare, Xbox Game Studio, came out. So 12 years ago, the second Viva Pinata came out. I think that was the second one. I can't remember. And then also, September 2nd, 2014, Warframe came out. And I have a bone to pick with Paratactically because I remember wanting to play this. And he was like, no, it's all multiplayer PvP, there's no story. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll jump into it. Turns out there is a story. And I could have been playing this game for 6 years, but I gotta take responsibility. I could still play this game now. I just haven't because I got a problem into the game. But yeah, Warframe came out September 2nd, 2014. I will jump into that game coming up soon. Then on September 4th, 2018, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, more affectionately known as PUBG, released. So that game has been out for 2 years on Xbox, so that's pretty cool. I gotta jump into more of that. That one is way more tense than Fortnite, so that one, makes me all tense way more. Anyway, moving on to September 6, 2019, when a certain Gears 5 Ultimate Edition released. So that came out a year ago, which is crazy. And I'm mostly through the story. I haven't finished it, don't judge me. But I am interested in jumping in and playing with the Xbox Series X enhancements of the lighting and the frame rate and all that coming up soon. So I don't know if I'll beat it before then, but if I don't, I'll finish it on the Series X. And then Destiny 2 came out September 6, 2017, so 3 years ago. And I wish Destiny 2 had easier path than it actually traveled. Some of the decisions as far as the annual pass and the season pass and all the other stuff just like took away from that game for me. Like if everything would have just been included for one season pass or something, or just included with the price of the game, I would play Destiny 2 way more than I did. But when your co-op buddy doesn't want to play Destiny 2 with you, then I gotta play it by myself or find another co-op buddy, so I just don't play it. But yep, that is This Week in Xbox History. Now it's time for Morrpix Plays over on youtube.com/Morrpix. Battletoads episode 3 through 5 are up now. Tell Me Why episode 1 is up now, and Wasteland 3 episode 1 is up now. More Tell Me Why, Wasteland 3 and Windbound will be going up later this week. As far as what I've been playing in the last week, I've been playing Battletoads, recording my episodes. Tell Me Why, recording my episodes. Wasteland 3, recording my episodes. And as far as just having fun in my regular playthroughs, I mean, I had fun in Wasteland 3 and Battletoads, Tell Me Why also. But I've been playing We Have a Few, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Madden NFL 21, and Rocket League. Of course, Rocket League's been on this list every week. But that is that. As far as my personal update, I have finished outline to book 3 of my sci-fi trilogy. All 3 books will be out in 2021. As soon as I have the artwork and all that, you guys will see that on the show. You can find me at www.morrpix.com. You can find me at youtube.com/Morrpix, and you can find me at Instagram at smorrismedia, MORRIS. I want to give a shout out to new subscribers, BD Vendetta Mex, and all the top countries that watch my stuff over on YouTube. So we're going to give a shout out to Mexico, United States, India, Brazil, United Kingdom, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Turkey, Russia, Spain, Canada, Italy, and South Africa. Thanks everybody for watching and enjoying the shows. If you like this episode, if you like any of this content, please like, subscribe, or share this podcast with someone who also like it. Email comments, questions, and suggestions to sam@morrpix.com, MORRPIX. But that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for checking out Xbox with Morrpix. Check out morrpix.com for more content from me. And until next time, be happy, be safe, and peace out. I have to end this episode by saying rest in peace to the late and great Chadwick Boseman. He gave us portrayals of Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, and T'Challa. May your family be comforted, and you rest in peace. Wakanda forever.